Going on, governors? Chisgule here. And today, we're spinning the wheel for GG. It's the post-Thanksgiving hangout. And today's stream is sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms. Big thank you to the makers of the game for sponsoring today's live stream. I literally got up not long ago. I mean, I don't know, like, I got kids, so, like, I get up. And then it's like, boom, we got to get the kids out the door for school and all this stuff. So, I mean, I've been up for a little bit, but I feel like I haven't, like, actually done anything. Did all this stuff, but I haven't done anything yet. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have kids, you're like, shut up and open the game. All right, fine. Anyways, Ruz, what's up, dude? I'm a dragon? Oh, boy. Oh, no. Dragon Ruz, welcome to the stream. 100% my morning every day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, technically I've been up for a while, but like, I don't know. So like, I haven't done, you know, all the things I need to do, like caffeinate. I haven't opened up Rise of Kingdoms and done what I need to do in game. Have I even woken up? Anyways, we got a bunch of in-game stuff to do. So we'll get it done and we'll spin the wheel too. This game is so rigged. I bought the stupid Transmute Stone bundle and my armament is still refusing to roll archer stats. I'm sorry, Ruz. Yo, can we get some Fs in the chat for Ruz? Can we get some Fs for Ruz in the chat? By the way, we're also live on twitch.tv/Chisgule. You can check me out there. If you prefer, you also can use a Prime sub. You get one of those per month if you're an Amazon Prime member. Supports the channel, completely free to you. And supports my channel. Gives you ad-free viewing. W. How many stones have you spent on a single piece without it rolling something you want? The maximum number, Ruz. The maximum number. I've spent the maximum number. Whatever the maximum number is without getting what you want, I've done that. To ultimately get to this set here. And only after I completed this did they make all damage more important than health. Cool. But hey, I made a survivability set. It's in Arch just to live and let Wildline and Mr. Hope fill. I'm doing my job. Y'all queued up for KVK? Yo, we're queued up. Why is it that my main account and my restart account have to queue at the same time? That's crazy, bro. No, I don't want to watch this. Wait, only 12 per stat? Are you free to play? Ruz, you gotta be kidding me, bro. 3.4 health, 2.6, 3.1, 3. I mean, doing the best I can over here, bro. I'm not... We can't all be Addy and have 500 million legendary inscriptions, okay? Take it easy. Take it easy. We all can't be Addy. I think you might need to spend more money. Yeah. Bro. I'm at over 150k spent on this account. So... I think I've spent enough. I think my spend velocity is pretty decent. You're also matching for song? KVK? Nice. It really doesn't matter if you do GG Achilles or the other way around. You know, I haven't used it in the field yet, but theoretically, having the GG as the primary makes sense because then you get more healing from the Achilles AoE. But in testing, we found that Honestly, the Achilles primary did just fine. And has some advantages if you're fighting in KVK, and namely, if you only get one active skill off, not both, you'd rather get the AoE damage in rather than the single target damage. So, you know, my conclusion was like, you could kind of go either way. I think Cortex's conclusion when he tested with me, shout out to Cortex, was, you know, he'd rather just run the Achilles as the primary. Quizja, what's up, dude? Addy quit? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way that you have the best field marches in the game and you quit. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. If that is true, I wish them well in whatever they're up to. A lot of new worlds for Wild Lion and Mr. Hope. The amount of passports caps out. So they don't need like 300 million passport bundles, if that's what you're indicating. Lol. Do you think the 11th gen commanders will have a longer lifespan? What were the 9th gen? Those are the ones like the Shajar and William series. I mean, I think with 9th gen, what the devs were probably trying to do was to make niche commanders that not everybody needed to max. Unfortunately, players couldn't figure that out until they already maxed them all. And, yeah, not ideal. So I think the devs were trying to throw us a bone, but players didn't really understand what was happening. And what players said they wanted is not what they actually wanted. What players said they wanted was to have less... Okay, I got kicked out of the rally. Sucks to suck. Players said they wanted to have... that commanders were too frequent, but that's not at all what they meant. See, this is a very important skill that a product manager needs to have. What a player says they want... They're not good. Players are not good at telling you what they actually need. They're good at telling you what problems they have, but they don't know how to solve them. Okay? This is where game design comes in. But players said too many commanders too fast. I think with that series of commanders, the devs were trying to go like, okay, well, we'll make some specialist commanders. And I think players just couldn't figure it out. And what they really want is like to just max literally every commander they get their hands on. So, yeah, like I think even though players say, oh, I got too many commanders to max, they'd way rather have more commanders to max than feel like there's nothing to put their sculptures into for a year. Ruz says we actually don't need another swap event. People are tripping. Bro, I swear to God. Some like 12-year-old kid in their mother's basement made a post that the devs were maybe considering commander swap again. And that rumor has like completely caught fire and everybody's like, commander swap's coming back. Commander swap's coming back. And I'm like, guys, like, what are you talking about? What? Am I right or am I mischaracterizing that? I think that's just a rumor, isn't it? It got confirmed by Korean VIP support. Are you sure, or is that just a rumor too, man? Like, I can't keep up with the velocity of the rumors. Unless I've seen the proof it's a rumor. That's my official stance. Dang it. Bro, joining Barb 4 rallies. Bless it. Thuggy, what's up, bro? All rumors, I'm pretty sure. Says Paul. Is Arthur Phillips still good? Oh, yeah. Hooksy, what's up, dude? Mars Invasion. What's up, bro? Yeah, no, it's still good. I just think there's better things you can do. But depending on how many marches you're making, Arthur Phillip is a perfectly fine choice. Yeah, absolutely. All right, now. How are we looking here? Well, let's open some armament crates. We got a few of these accumulated. $1,459 ticket spins and maxed it. Still got 744 for the infantry. Dang. Y'all are crazy putting in so many spins. I feel like I have enough gold heads to do what I need to do. I feel like I got enough gold heads. I'm good, man. I got 1,700 gold heads. I'm chilling. I mean, I'll do some spins, but... like, I'm gonna use a lot of gold heads. How many gold heads you have, Mars? You must have a ton saved up now, right? I stopped buying the gems for the wheel spins. Not because, like, it isn't good, but... you know, if I'm gonna spend gems, it's gotta be on armaments, really. Right? So I spend the gems on armament reveal thyself. When do you think new infantry are coming? What is it? Infantry next? Are we due for infantry next? I guess we just had cavalry, so... I guess we are due for infantry. Probably like 2 months from now. Really due for Charlemagne maxing? True. I'm overdue for maxing Charlemagne. They said in January? Yeah, that would check out. That would pass muster. Mid-January? That passes muster, yeah. The 1,400 spin got me 255 universals. That got you back to 1,000. Okay, cool. You sent a screenshot to my Discord? Ooh. Hello, I have inquiries regarding the following 2 items. Blah, blah, blah. Rise of Kingdoms. It has been confirmed that payment is scheduled within this week. Okay, wait, Dougie, what am I looking at? I don't understand what I'm looking at. Alright, that armament's trash. Look at point 2. Whether a commander dating event is scheduled. Hey, yo, are the commanders going on dates? Omniarch's gonna love this. He's got like a thirst tier list, right? If I spoke Korean, I might be able to interpret this better, but the translation of this screenshot, which may or may not be real, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. I can't get involved in rumors. That is interesting. Who knows? If I were the devs, would I do another commander swap event? 100% I'd do another one. I'd do another one and I would make a huge marketing push and try to get old players to return to the game. That's what I would do. That's how I'd swing it, chat. Make it a big marketing push. And they should be able to prove this from the last time they did this, right? All they'd have to prove is they get more value from players returning than they lose from people getting more commander sculptures. Or they could prove that the enjoyment of the game goes up by so much, the retention of players goes up by so much that it's just worth it. I mean, there's like a dozen ways you could slice the data to justify doing another swap event. But you'd have to have the data to make that call. Lord knows I don't have it. Just got here. Sorry, Cheesy. Do I think a swap will really happen? Until I see anything official, I don't think it's happening. Mad Phantom already released his notes. Man, I love Mad Phantom. Man of the people. I went to the official Rise of Kingdoms meetup in Cologne, Germany. I got to meet Mad Phantom. Dude, we were like getting set up for the meetup, and Mad Phantom was like the hardest worker in the room. And he was a guest to the meetup, but he was helping set it up, and he was like the hardest worker in the room. I swear to God, that dude has an unmatchable level of energy. Yeah, it was really cool to hang out with Mad Phantom, Cortex. I met Baba, the community managers, and so many other people. It was really awesome. Increase help from 1K to 2K. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, double the help cap. AP weekly limit from 7,500 to 15,000. And resource return from KVK from 10% to 20% would bring back a lot. Oh, yeah. Bro. I mean, I don't know if it would bring people back. But I do think those are all pretty good changes. Let's spin this wheel, I guess, huh? I think those are all good changes. We're gonna spin 100 times. How many sculptures are we starting with here? I actually have no clue. Okay, 0. We're starting with 0. Very good. Yo. Sin, what's up, dude? Good morning. Good morning. Let's spin. Spin to win. Here we go. We do the 5 individual, or I guess 4 individual spins to top that up. I guess at the end of this thing, I'll have 3 extra spins. That's fine. Or 2 extra spins, whatever, from the free spins. I can handle it. All right, here we go. You remember when it didn't used to be healing speed ups in here, chat? Remember when that was like building speeds or something, right? How many tickets we got? I'm just doing 100. 8 spot. GG. 1 GG. 2 GGs. 2 GGs. Skip animation. I did skip animation. Legendary. Bro, look at all these research speeds. At least those are worth something now, you know? I can trade them in. Turn them into trading speeds. Remove skip animation? Well, you want to see this? You want to see the wheel spin? You... God, I miss the days. I really do. We sit back and watch the wheel spin. That's easy content right there. This content makes itself. Holy cow, what was I thinking? I don't even gotta try. The content makes itself. Kick back and sip some tea. Yo, Vito, what's up? I have a new PC coming, chat. I got a new PC coming. I spent a lot of money on this PC, chat. I had a long conversation with one of the mods from my Discord, discord.gg/Chisgule. Dude, Big and I chatted for like, I don't know, like an hour. And I ultimately went with the higher end PC. Have you not seen the Mad Phantom notes? No, send them my way, please. Don't worry, the amount you spent on that PC is lower than Rock. True. True. Of course, true. I spent over 150 grand on this account. True. Did you put a 5090 in it? Oh, yeah. Bro, you better believe we put a 5090 in this thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, this PC is a monster. We will be completely taking off the table even the remote possibility of any performance-related issue being in any way related to my PC. Let me tell you what. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll definitely check that out later. 3 GGs. Am I going to use a dual streaming setup? I might. Because I have this PC, which, you know, the 2080 Ti that's in this thing is still, like, beyond fine for playing Rise of Kingdoms. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I played Rise of Kingdoms on a PC that I have that's, like, 10 or 15 years old, and it ran just fine. Like, I played a KVK. I played a Kingsland on it. I had this... I don't even remember what it was called. It was an Alienware PC that was literally, like, this big. It was very small. Okay? And that was the whole point of this thing. It was, like, very small form factor. And it's like 10 or 15 years old. And I was traveling for Thanksgiving. I think I used this like in the last year or two. And I used it as my PC. And it ran Rise of Kingdoms just fine. You don't need a powerful machine to run Rise of Kingdoms. And I was streaming. And it ran just fine. The Aurora? Maybe? It's a discontinued line. Like, Alienware does not make this thing anymore. Alienware does not make this PC anymore that I used for this road trip that we were on. Oh, 8 spot! Legend. Yasin, no, I'm not familiar. Yeah, we'll get the extra rewards here in a second. We're going to 100. Then we chill. We collect them all. Yeah, so new PC. Inbound. I'm gonna get a new camera. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do, man. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Actually, Chisgule, what was the very first video game you played? I believe one of the very first video games I played was Commander Keen. Commander Keen. Chad is asking if I'm Jewish. I'm not entirely sure how it's relevant, but I actually am Jewish. My grandparents on my dad's side were Holocaust survivors. My grandmother escaped death on multiple occasions and was in Auschwitz. And my grandfather was in the resistance. After all the men in his town were gathered up and murdered, he escaped right as they were being rounded up. And, you know, he was a teenager at the time and joined the resistance. And he bombed Nazi railroads and disrupted supply lines, and he was a part of a small force that tried to fight back how they could. It's honestly kind of crazy. So I'm not really religious, but I am technically, I mean, I'm Jewish, but like, you know, it's like Jew-ish. Like, I don't really do a ton of stuff with Judaism. Religion does not drive my decision process or dramatically or even meaningfully influence the way I think about the world. But I don't know, maybe as a kid, I would think religion influenced my, you know, like values. Crazy? Oh, it's completely insane. Yeah, it's completely insane. How many gold heads did you get from the gang game? Didn't know bro had lore like that. My condolences, though. Yeah, the overwhelming majority of my father's family. I mean, this was before he was born. But, like, we have a picture of my, you know, like, grandfather's family and my grandmother's family. And, like, you know, there's like a family photo of like 40-ish people in there, and like you circle the 1 or 2 people that survived the Holocaust from the photo. Oh yeah. Honestly, the fact that I exist is kind of an anomaly. Like you had to roll like a natural 20. Like, you know, 10 or 20 times to survive the Holocaust. Nah, this shit was crazy. But anyways, we didn't need to talk about all that. We don't need, I don't think you actually want to go off the deep end on that. Bro started stream and decided to drop dad lore. I mean, it's really crazy. Very recently, very recently, why did this come up? So at Thanksgiving, we were talking about keeping kids' art and like, are you going to keep your child's, you know, works of art or whatever? You know, they draw a little picture in kindergarten and like, do you keep it? And I actually have pictures of everything I did. I have, because my parents saved it for a long time. And then when they were moving out of the, you know, house I grew up in, because my dad got cancer and they were relocating, I took pictures of all of the artwork and then we threw it all away. But one of the things we had is an interview I did with my grandfather. And it is crazy. Like, he shared all this stuff with me when I was, I don't know how old. Like 9 or 10. I just called him up and I was like, hey, I got this assignment for school. I got all these questions. And he talked about all this shit he did in the Resistance. And then only, like, in recent history, my uncle is kind of like our family historian. But I shared that with him and he was like, dude, like, I didn't know a lot of this stuff. Like, it's new information. And, you know, my grandfather's long gone. But he was like, holy shit, like, a lot of this stuff is new information. How's matchmaking for your kingdoms? I have no clue, honestly. I am in Storm of Stratagems. Matchmaking's going to be in 9 hours. We'll find out. Of course, a 10-year-old kid wouldn't know about World War II. I mean, I knew enough to ask about it, right? $10.93 was match not found? Really? Can't decide between Arthur and Achilles? Or Achilles and GG? I personally think Arthur Achilles is the way to go. I don't think you'd be upset, though, with Achilles and GG. Like, I don't think you could go wrong. I don't think you could go wrong. Yo. Maximus wait. Virality. Thank you for the Prime, dude. Thank you. 9 months of Prime. Your main may fight your restart? No, thankfully my restart at least queued for a different KVK format. Oh my god. Thankfully my restart is queued for a different format. But yeah, my, you know, grandparents came through on Ellis Island. They lived in a displaced persons camp after the war. They came through Ellis Island, migrated here legally. They had to wait a long time to do it, by the way. Yeah. You have a 6-7 GIF going around? Oh, Jesus. Do I? 960 disbanded? I am familiar. Can someone explain what happened to 960? Yeah, so Sea Whale quit. Cortex took the reins. But they got matched up in a way that led them to believe that it wasn't possible to get a good match for KVK with their structure of being lower player count but higher quality players. And so they ultimately decided to merge with 489. So they merged into 489. So I think unironically, like, I don't know who's the stronger kingdom right now, 489 or 93. But I think it might be 489. The GD boys are built different, let me tell you. Like, you almost can tell in recent KVKs when, like, the GT war leads were war leading for 2377. No, Seawill didn't quit. Seawill didn't quit. You're right. Seawill left leadership and he said, I'm having a kid. I got to play more casually. You're right. He did not quit. He is technically still playing. Yeah, you're right. He's in 13-16. He quit leadership, though. Yes. Thank you. Migrated to a lower seed. Have you seen the commander swap in Call of Dragons? This is a low spender. I feel it's amazing. I did see it. I haven't had a chance to make a video because I was traveling home from Thanksgiving and we had a pass opening. So I've had a lot going on. Like I've had so much going on. It's actually insane how much I have going on. But I think 489 might be the strongest kingdom in the game. They likely have the most bottomless accounts of any kingdom in the game right now. And they have probably some of the best war leads in the game. Like, I just don't know how you... I don't know how you fight them. I actually have no clue how you fight them. How's your health recovery? Are you doing any better? Yeah, so for those following along with the Chisgule lore, I got a cancer diagnosis a couple months ago. And it was thankfully just stage 0, and it was skin cancer. So we surgically removed it. And I'm still recovering from the surgery. I still have stitches that need to dissolve. They're internal stitches. And it's all going well, though. From that second surgery, they found no more cancer, so I am theoretically cancer-free. Every 3 months for the next 2 years, I need to do more mole removals and make sure that I don't have cancer somewhere else. But my doctor thinks I probably won't have more cancer. They're very optimistic. And it's a little frustrating because I can't work out. Not my lower body anyways. Maybe I can, like, I'm reaching a point where maybe I can. But I've lost so much muscle in my legs, it's honestly crazy. Good to hear that. You're cancer-free. How's the gym going? Right, so on the topic of the gym, I'm losing... I'm eating in a calorie deficit so that I can lose weight. I started at 183. I'm down to 169. And my goal weight for my first sort of landing point before I maintain for a bit is 160. So it's going well. I'm losing about a pound a week. When you eat in a calorie deficit, height reveal, I'm 5'6". I'm not very tall. He's gonna be 7 foot. Brilliant stuff. Healthy amount to lose. Yeah, it's a good amount to lose. To count the calories, I'm using macro factor. Macro factor is really good. I've been very happy with it. I've been very, very happy with it. It automatically adjusts the calories I'm supposed to eat per day. What gym membership do you have? I do not have a gym membership. I bought adjustable weight dumbbells and a bench, and I have a pull-up bar. And I am using a app that tones up the weight and the reps. Home gym, yep. And you know what's crazy? I know that for, like, you know, people that are a lot taller or stronger or whatever, this is gonna not seem like much weight. But since starting this program, I went from curling 15 on the dumbbells to curling 30. So I've actually literally doubled the amount that I'm lifting in, like, the last 4 or 5 months, which is pretty decent. Like, to me, that feels like I can't believe that I'm moving that kind of weight. 30 pounds, not kilograms. Holy shit. Pounds, not kilograms. Remember, I'm a, yeah, chat said I'm a short king. Remember, okay? How many likes to do a before and after? I'm not really doing cardio because of my leg situation. But what I was doing was a ton of walking. I was doing 15,000 steps a day before I had to stop walking. Wanted to stop by and send some love and positivity. Wishing you and your family health, wealth, and happiness. Thanks, man. You too. I appreciate you. What is a kilogram to pounds? Isn't a kilogram like 2.4 pounds? I have debated making a video about my strength training and weight loss program. I mean, if I made a video about strength training and weight loss, are you guys actually watching that? Are you interested in that? You'd watch? There's a part of me that feels like I should only make that video after I've like really completed more of my journey. But there's also a part of me that feels like it would deliver a lot of value to a lot of people to just make it and say like, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's how it's going. Weight loss journey, I'm down. Do you know what the craziest thing is about it? The craziest thing about my weight was that, like, nobody in my life sat down with me and was like, hey, buddy, like, you've gained a lot of weight. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you. Nobody in my life sat me down and looked me in the eye was like, hey, you probably should lose some weight, dude. And I really got into this like longevity kick and learned so much. It's been amazing. Facts. People just don't do that anymore. Well, the closest anyone came to telling me like, hey, you might want to do something about this. The closest anyone came to doing that was actually my mother-in-law. And you should have seen the look of horror on my wife's face when she did it. Oh my God, my wife, she had a look of terror. When my mother-in-law was the only goddamn person who said it how it was. So I was experiencing heartburn. And my mother-in-law said, not even my doctor, but my mother-in-law said, you know, if you lose 10 pounds, you will not have heartburn anymore. She just said it. So I lost 10 pounds and I don't have heartburn anymore. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, there it is. You know, sometimes you gotta just say how it is. Yeah, true. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, like. But I feel like the body positivity movement in social media and it's just been really bad. Because it's good to feel good about yourself, and also there's just undeniable facts about health, wellness, weight training, and body weight that like are just like, look, it just is how that's how the world actually works, not how you want it to work, you know? So is healthcare really that expensive in the USA? Yes. Healthcare in the USA is insane. Walking is good cardio. Don't forget to add in push-ups and sit-ups, and you will be doing just fine with the cardio. Yeah, I don't do any push-ups or sit-ups. Well, sometimes I do push-ups. I've mostly replaced push-ups with incline bench at this point. Sometimes not saying anything about someone you care about can hurt them more. Exactly. Exactly. True. And here's the thing, right? It turns out that, like, exercise improves your cognitive function. This is the thing that really blew my mind. It's like, as a gamer, most of what we rely on is our cognitive function. If I want to be a better gamer, like, exercise is what I actually need to be doing. I'm like, yeah, putting in the reps is good, but the, you know, the ceiling for my performance is actually going to be my cognitive function. You see what I mean? Knuckle push-ups, that's what I actually do. I was doing mostly knuckle push-ups, but I switched to, I think is it called a deficit push-up? I can't remember because now I'm doing incline bench. Deficit push-up? What's a deficit push-up? I think a deficit push-up is where you basically are on top. Oh, decline? No, it's not a decline. Yeah, I think it's a deficit push-up. A deficit push-up is where you put your hands on top of something that's on the ground. So you're doing your push-up like 6 to 12 inches above the ground, so you can go much deeper into the push-up. Rather than just going to the ground, you can kind of go lower. Deficit push-ups are savage. As are pull-ups, by the way. Further range of motion. Yeah. Yep. 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 I'm trying to get my wife into fitness. I mean, there's like a million reasons why a guy would want, you know, his wife to be into fitness. But like, I'm trying to get my wife into fitness for longevity reasons. And she really needs like a class or a program. So I told her, why don't you just buy a tonal? Why don't we just get a tonal for the house? I really want a way to do tricep pushdowns at home. And so, you know, there's a lot of machines I could buy to do that. But something like a tonal, which is one of those machines that like lives on the wall and it uses magnets or whatever to make the weight really, really high. I was like, dude, why don't we just buy one of those? And I think I've convinced her. I think if we buy it, she'll use it. Because it's got like, you know, some really expensive membership and some classes or some bullshit that like I don't need, but she'll enjoy. So I think that serves the dual purpose of getting me the tricep pushdown option and gets her doing stuff. Did you do the spins already? Yeah, if you scrub back in the stream like 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, you'll get the spins. We need more lift talks, Chis. Honestly, getting on an exercise, I would say getting on an exercise program is like kind of changing my life, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And a part of the reason I hope you subscribe to the channel is like, I try to level you up, both for the games that we're playing and also, you know, like IRL. Like, I try to get you those level ups. Athlete X is a good channel for fitness info. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. Sean Nailwani is the fitness influencer I would trust the most at this point. I learned a lot initially from RP Hypertrophy, and I enjoy their content. But, you know, the main guy that does their content has been in a lot of controversy. You know, he has a PhD, but someone found it and, like, ripped it apart. And it's, like, pretty bad. And then also he's, you know, quoted as saying that he has a better physique than Mike Metzner, which is like, bro. Like, bro. Dr. Mike is hilarious, though. He's really entertaining. I enjoy his content, but I just, like, don't know who to trust anymore. There's, like, this whole rift that's, like, science-based lifters versus the, you know, just go to failure, bro, mindset. And the science-based lifters are taking a lot of L's recently. Science-based lifters as YouTubers are basically, and I get the struggle for content, okay? I understand the struggle for content, so I get where they're coming from, where they, like, see a study and they make a video about it. And, you know, they flip-flop their perspective so goddamn much. They flip-flop more than a politician. They flip-flop more than a goddamn politician. And it's a problem, in my opinion. It makes it difficult to know what the heck to do. But generally speaking, doing something is better than nothing. And so doing something has come a long way for me in terms of my progress. Just doing something turns out is pretty decent. You know, it was like, it'll get you somewhere. Just have fun. Yeah, but, like, come on. Like, you know my personality. Like, I'm not there to just have fun. I'm not there to have fun. I'm there to min-max. Min-maxing is the fun for me. Do you see what I mean? Like, the fun for me is the min-max. It's figuring out how I'm getting more edge or advantage than the other guy. And that's where I get my, like, my hype. Clearly science is better. I mean, I'm finding a blend of the lift heavier and science-based methods to be good, truthfully. GG worth it for a single calf march? I think the best single calf march is Arthur with Achilles, but I think GG with Achilles is also going to be outstanding. So, in a way, you can kind of pick which commander you think has more longevity in the game. I generally would advise that AoE commanders have more longevity. So, I think that Arthur with Achilles is likely to both have more longevity and be better. Next infantry prediction. I mean, I'd need to do some thinking. The open fielder's probably going to have... I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It's going to be smite damage. F's in the chat for your skill damage armaments. You'll have to figure out what to do with them. And I'm in that same boat. Like obviously, I'm in the same boat here. And this is my small account. I got 2 accounts. Next inf is probably single target. They might do that. You know, infantry's gotten a lot of AoE recently. They're probably going to do some sort of gimmick and go single target. Has anyone ever actually gotten Sacred Grips for the Lost Temple Guardians? Justin, I personally have gotten The sacred grips from the Lost Temple Guardians. Yes, I have gotten them. Yes. It is a thing you can get. Yes. Has anyone actually gotten a gold head from Lohars? Now that's a better question. I don't know, man. I've done a lot of Lohars in my day. I don't know if I ever got a damn gold head. Maybe one or two. I don't know. I don't know. All right, y'all. I hate to have to end the stream, but I got a bunch of stuff I got to run to, including a bunch of fighting in Call of Dragons I got to get in today, too. You enjoyed the stream? Throw a like on here. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all so much. This was definitely a fun stream. And I don't know when I will stream Rise of Kingdoms next. Maybe something KVK related soon. Maybe an event this weekend, to be determined. But if you got any other questions, discord.gg/Chisgule. Swing on by my Discord server. More lifting talk next time, please. I might make a video just talking about what I'm doing. Good luck with the weight loss journey. Thank you, dude. Good luck with the gains. Thank you. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you again to the makers of Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring this stream. This was a fun hangout. Until next time, you have fun. Smash your enemies. Take care, everybody.